Hey party people, welcome to the rally and also welcome to Memecoin Wednesdays. So let's get the party started by clicking me.
It is Wednesday, my
Well, thank you, POLYWOG. This is POLYWOG, and it is currently 155K cap. And if you looking at the charts, so I had this high down to this low, resistance 786 to 618, and we are currently blowing through that and hit my targets, my first targets at the 1.618 and the 1.236. And if you go crazy high targets, 4.236 is at 0.0004472. So that is currently POLYWOG currently making a move. And so then you would go remove the drawings, and I would go on the bottom, reverse. Say this is the top for now because I expect this thing going crazy high. But for now, looking at support levels to possibly come back to. .618 at 0.409391 and the 0.786 at 0.406577. If this is the top for now, maybe cool off. Let me look at the RSIs. And we're looking at the 4-hour time frame, which I have not looked at RSIs yet on this. So let me add indicators. So RSI, this one and that one. So you can see the 4-hour is getting overheated. 4-hour stock RSI is still trending up. 1 hour overheated. And there's probably no daily, daily overheated also. So maybe a little bit of cool off if we need to. Come back down here, maybe, possibly find support and bounce higher. But we will see what POLYWOG does. I really want to click on this one more time, but I won't. I'll let you all click on it. So that's POLYWOG. Next coin. I'm just doing the bullish ones right now. Bullish ones. Pixel. From this top here we had down to the bottom. We have bounced. Currently in my resistance zone. You can see having a little bit of problems in there. So let's see, the resistance zone is 0.618, 0.006898, and the 0.786 is 0.007840. RSIs, and they're overheated on the 1 hour. The RSI is, stock RSI is trying to bounce, come back up. 4 hour, heading up into the bullish zone. Stock RSI is up in overheated zone. And the daily is trying to bounce off the 50. So maybe a little consolidation here and a move higher. If we do break this, my next zones are the 1.618 at 0.01250 and the 1.236 at 0.01036. And you can see we have a lot of resistance in this area, so maybe find sellers who got in here and want to take some profits, or we could blast through it. Then we have these levels up here near the all-time highs if we keep just blasting through this. So that is Pixel currently. So got Pixel out the way. And now we have MAGA. So MAGA has been going crazy. And actually, I'll go back to Pixel in a second so you can see. So MAGA, you go back here. MAGA, make aliens great again. Right now is a 25.1 million market cap. And I saw it, or I was told about it, around a 3 million market cap. And I just didn't get in, and I didn't get in, I didn't get in. And so we had a little pullback. So I got in, and now we're above the level I got in at. So I think I got in around 10 million market cap or so. So anyways, this thing's going crazy right now. 25 million market cap, make aliens great again. Let's go ahead. And so I went from this top right here to this bottom where we bounced at. I'm looking at the 1 hour time frame. And now we're in the resistance zone between 0.02665 and the 618 at 0.02447. And if we break through this level, all-time highs would hit the 1.618 at 0.03745 with 37 million market cap and 1.236 at a 0.03249 million market cap. And you can see higher levels. So the high level right now is like a 70 million market cap, 50 million market cap. So let's see what I can do. And then I had from this high down to the very bottom down here, and this was my pullback zones. So from here to the bottom was between 0.01138 and 0.006337. So I was looking for when we had a pullback. It came down just at these lows. So when it had the drop, that's where I kind of DCA'd it, bought some, and then I was going to DCA down in this level if we got down here. But we hit here and we bounced higher. So right now, trying to get over to 786, looking at the RSIs, cooling off on the 1 hour. On the regular RSI, see it was overextended. It's coming back down, going straight, still over 50 line, moving back up on the 1 hour. 4 hour, still overextended. Our stock RSI is a faster RSI, so it's coming down. Maybe come down and keep, you can stay up here for a while, but come down on the stock RSI, then curve and go higher. And then the daily is still overextended on both. So maybe some cooling off. We will see what happens. So that is MAGA, make aliens great again. So hopefully bullish continuation. See what happens. And let's go from find pullback levels. Go from this recent bounce, which they could be more, but I'm just going to go from this. Let's go from woo. I'll go ahead and redraw everything data, but I want you guys to see move drawings. I'm just going to go from this top right here down to these bottoms right here. And look for the 618, 786. So maybe if we just need a small pullback, we'll come to the 0.618 at 0.01983 and the 0.786 at 0.01770. Have things cool off and then go higher. You can see we had support in this area, but not. We'll see where it goes. Just got to monitor it, check the levels. And you can see things going, straight up. So that's what I'm looking at for MAGA. So let's go check out another coin that I have been looking at. Let's go back to Pixel, just so I can show you. Pixel is currently a 6.8 million market cap. All right, let's go ahead and look at OINK. Here's OINK. Right now it's a 63K cap. Go check out the website. OINK. Here's the legend of OINK. It's the pig who devoured your meal and grinned, reckless by nature, legendary by chance, crashes the party, uninvited, stirs chaos, vanishes without a sorry. There you go. You can look at their Twitter. So this is their page, 391 followers, followed by me and Crypto Gains. See, posted on April 19th and April 11th, so they're active. So that is OINK. Looking at the charts, full chart. So you can see I've been looking at for a while. So the top down to the bottom. First bottom, this was resistance area, and then it came back down. So if, let's see, which one do I want to delete? Delete that one. So from the top to the bottom, this is the first resistance area at 786, the big resistance, high time frame. 0.786 at 0.0003265, and the 618 at 0.0002659. And then if you break this, you're going up to these higher highs up here, all the way up to 0.001572. And so then I was looking at some remove drawings. They go from this high here, current low, and right here to here. So say this is the bottom, we're bouncing up. We want to get to 786,618, so 0.001040, and then 4 zeros, 9213. This is 618. So when I get these levels, resistance, blast higher to these levels. At the 1.618 at 0.0001631 and 0.0001360. Then you have these higher levels, and then up near the all-time highs right here. So that is OINK. Let's go ahead and we'll look at this one, Solboy. Go ahead and look at Solboy's website. Here's Solboy, meet Solboy, Solana's new 2026 mascot. So nice looking website here. Go ahead and look at their Twitter. So Solboy's Twitter, April 17th, active. April 13th, looking good, looking good. Let's go ahead and look at the chart. So looking at the 4-hour RSIs, starting to come down, cool off a bit. 1-hour RSI, cooling off a bit, coming down under the 50. The regular RSI and stock RSI is coming down. Daily, coming up here overextended, and we're still below the 50 line. So cooling off, consolidation. Go to the big chart. You can see, remove the drawings. A pretty big move. Got to like $1 million market cap. Top, top, bottom. Right here. And I'll zoom in. So zooming in right here. 618,786. The first resistance. You can see we have a resistance in this area. So 618.0008556 and the 0.5. Whoops, see, wrong. Right here, 786 is at 0.001054, and the 618 is at 0.0008556. And then if we break all time highs, we'll be coming to 0.002 and 0.001 in the top range, 0.005131, 5 million market cap. All right, so that is Solboy. And we can look at bottom. And you guys know what I'm going to do. Just go from this top to this bottom. Always have it backwards. So we'll just say this is the bottom. First resistance in this area. At 76.0002386 and 0.0002145. So hopefully start climbing up and start hitting out these higher levels. You do not want to break this low. So I will be monitoring it. And even like you can just go remove drawings. Always have it going the wrong way. Here to here. So if we break this low, then we'll be heading down to this area here. The 0.001246 and the 1.608.0001028. So hopefully consolidation and move higher to those higher targets. Let's go ahead and look at roll safe. Roll safe. I'm pretty sure you guys have seen him before. Let me go ahead and look at the website. There you go, roll safe. You can't lose money if you're thinking about it. There you go, good looking website. And go ahead and look at the Twitter. Make sure Twitter is active. The Twitter, here you go. Yeah, roll safe right here. So that was April 20th. So looking active. And go ahead and look at the chart. So the 1 hour is coming down towards the bottom. We were oversold here. Try to make a move and we're coming back down. 4 hour. So at the bottom coming down here on the 4 hour. And daily under the 50 coming down, oversold on the daily. So let's see what I had in the charts. So right now, I went from this high to this low. That was the low. If we broke that, I have this green zone right here that we may be coming down to. And you could have go from each pump. Always choose the wrong way. Right here to find tighter zones. And you can see trying to find support here at the 1.414. The 1.618 is down here, 0.00403038. But heading down, see if we get to these levels down here. Right now, kind of bearish. So we'll see if we find any supports. So we're going to roll safe. Go ahead and look at $1 Million Challenge. So let's go check out their website. $1 million airdrop. It's simple. Hold 10 million MAD tokens for 365 days and you will receive a $1 million stable coin airdrop. Basically, buy 10 million tokens, you hold it for 365 days. So 10 million tokens Right now, it is a 73K cap, so about 10 million tokens, I think would be 730 bucks to buy 10 million tokens. So let's go ahead and check out, well, we can check out their Twitter, see if they're active. So Twitter, April 7th was their last update, April 5th, so within the past month. Go ahead and look at the chart. So you can see I have this top down to this bottom. We fell through, and then we came down to the 1.236, 1.618 at 4 zeros 5134 and 4 zeros 3495, and we had bounced. That's good. We bounced. So I'm going to make this our bounce point. I'm going to reverse the fibs by not pressing that button, but pressing this button. Reverse. So you can see, this is my first time doing it, 786, 618 is exactly where we had found resistance. So 786 is at 0.409108 and 0.408067. Break through this, we'll be heading to 1618. But the 0.301426 and 0.301189. And then heading up towards all-time highs if we start breaking these levels. So that is MAGA token $1 million challenge. Go ahead and look at middle fingered cat. Right now it is a 34K cap. Website. About to sneeze, trying not to. So here's a middle fingered cat. And then I guess you can send this token to other people. You can get roasted. Your name, Crypto Rally. Roast me. Dear Crypto Rally, you leverage trade a shitcoin on a DEX with no liquidity. Your money evaporated like your common sense. You know, how dare you, middle fingered cat? How dare you? Click off his webpage. And check Twitter. See if the middle fingered cat is active. Middle fingered cat. And last post, April 19th. Looks like it's smacked the bear right in the nose. That was pretty rude. Anyways, let's go ahead and look at the chart. And right now the 4 hours coming under the 50 line, and 4 hour stock RSI is coming down, 1 hour is coming down, bottom on the stock RSI, and daily is chilling and going sideways under the 50 line. See what the chart's doing. What did I do recently? So I went from this top to this bottom to find support levels. So we came under it, above, basically just going sideways. Now it's coming back down. See if it uses this as support again. It breaks that, and supports are down here. So let's see if you can find some support and move higher. So that's middle fingered cat. Let's go ahead and look at dot, not polka dot, but it's just a dot. So looking at just a dot, looking at the website, it's just a dot. It says touch it. I don't know if I should touch it. I'm touching it. Okay, it's just a dot story. In a busy galaxy of Solana, one dot showed up and said, simplicity first. No promises, no hype. Just a dot that invites you to touch, share, and be part of something delightful, simple. Built for memes, built for fun, built for simplicity, and it's going to live happily ever after. The end. So Go look at the Twitter. And it's just a dot. April 20th, dot is the way to go. It's just a dot. So they're active. Let's look at what I did on the chart. Right now it's a 20K cap. If I didn't say that, go ahead and look at the chart. So on the 1 hour, it's trying to bounce off the bottom, trying to curl up and move up. 4 hour at the bottom, trying to curl up. In the daily at the bottom, trying to curl up. Let's see what I had on the chart. So I had this top to this bottom, marked out the 618.786. Did not quite get here yet and is trying to move back up. You can see the full chart here, had some pretty good pumps. So that's what I'm looking right now at to see if we can get a bounce. You can see that was a pretty big pump right there. See if we can get a bounce and move higher. So that is just a dot. And let's look at PUP, Dog and Sock. Let's go to its website. And I guess they're starting to sell some merch too. Get your merch. Get your little pup. Look how cute he is. And he's in a sock. So website looks great. I guess you can get your merch coming soon. Looks nice. Very nice. So that is their website. Let's go ahead and see if they're active. And go to their Twitter. Dog and Sock. PUP is up 40% today. That was April 20th. So that's PUP. Let's go ahead and check out the chart. Full. Wait, what did I even say? I don't even know what I'd be saying. So right now its market cap is 177K cap. And now let's go look at the chart. So I had from the top down to this bottom. Let me go ahead and delete this one. Top to the bottom. We had resistances from here to here. That's why that's there, but we can do it again. And that would have been the 618 there. But if we're looking at the big time frame, first resistance, I guess I did this again. First resistance, 76.0008159, and the 618 at 0.0006616. Break that, go into new all-time highs up here. Top levels here at 0.0039. So 3 million market cap. Can go much higher, but that's the big time fibs. Just take it one at a time. And so then I was looking at here. Looking at here. From this top to this bottom. 618.786. 618.786. You can see we came into it and then pumped back out of it. Now we're testing it as support again. Not coming down to here possibly, but hopefully it holds. So let me delete that. Say this was the bottom. And we reverse. So top to bottom, 618.786. And you guessed that we found resistance right there. We break over it, then we're coming up here to these levels up here. So the resistance is at 0.002679, 0.002418. So let's see, hopefully we cool off. Man, I don't have my indicators on here. Such a rookie. Rookie. You can go ahead and yell at me or laugh at me. So on the daily, we're coming back under the 50, coming back down on the stock RSI, 4 hour, heading back down. 1 hour. Down to the bottom, curling back down. So hopefully find support, curl back up, and start hitting higher to break these resistance zones. So that's what I'm looking at for PUP. Next coin is, we already got Pixel out the way. I was looking at LOL, laugh out loud. That had a huge pump. And let me just go ahead and look at the chart. You can see that I had from, I don't even know where I had it somewhere. Oh, I think I had here to here, and I was finding more areas down in here, but let me check and see what I had. Oh, I see what I did. See, this stuff works. It works. So I went from this high right here to this low down here. We had the 1.236 and the 618, and it started having issues and it fell through. So then I had these other levels down here, the 1.236 to 618, and then it tried to use that support, and then it fell down through. And then I think I went from here to here to find more levels for support. Let's see if I did. And it fell through those. So it was like looking pretty bearish. So, but it looks like it's bottom down here. I'm going to remove the drawings. Probably did that. Haven't looked at this in a while. So this was the 618786 right here. That's probably what I did. And then I found these further levels down here. Right here. So let's hope this holds before we go up. Look at the whole chart. And you can see that it had a pretty good pump here and then has come back down. So let's go ahead and look at the website. Here's a website, the most viral meme ever tokenized. So here is LOL coin. Go look at their, right now it's a 1.8 million market cap. Go to their Twitter. See, they were March 31st and 5 hours ago. Reposting 5 hours ago. April 21st. So they are active. So that is LOL coin right there. So hopefully it finds some supports. If it finds some support down here, you can start moving higher if it stays in this zone right here. So LOL, so since we're talking about LOL, let's go ahead and talk about LMAO right here. The LMAO is just an 87K cap. Let's go ahead and check out their website. Stop scrolling and start laughing. There you go. So here you go. Here's their website. You can join the squad if you want to join the squad. And let's look at their Twitter. So looking at their Twitter, 2K members. 20 hours ago, they're active, 2,000 strong. Your portfolio needs this energy. LMAO is on Solana in full 4K chaos mode. That's LMAO. Let's go ahead and look at the chart. So looking at the 1 hour RSIs, coming back down under the 50, coming back down on the stock RSI, 4 hour under the 50, 4 hour stock RSI is coming up, and daily we're under the 50, trying to move up. So go to 1 hour. Let's go ahead and see, what did I do before? So I went from this top to this top, this bottom right here. So that's probably the last time I looked at it. I said support, if we break under here, would be here between the 1.236 and the 1.618. As you see, we have come down here, use that support to bounce up. So that's what it looks like it's doing. And so I guess I would still use that, see if it gets in here if it needs to. Say that's the bottom, then I would just take the fit from here to down here and then see higher prices. But right now, looks like coming down. You can even draw a line to see when we could be bullish. So here, there, right there. And then we can go here to here. This date is the 25th of April. So see where if we're going to choose by the 25th of April to hit higher or come back down to these areas right here. So that's what I'm looking at for LMAO. LMAO, 85K cap. So you can tell these are all new coins because their market caps are so low. So pretty much ground floor cryptos right here that are just trying to make a name for themselves. And let's go ahead and look at, what else do I have on here? You guys can always leave, comments on tokens you want me to look at. Already went over Pixel, went over MAGA. Check and see what MAGA is doing right now. Cool. So MAGA came down 618.786 and tried to bounce up. And this is what we did at the beginning of the stream. So using a support, trying to bounce. Hopefully it keeps going up, but only time will tell. Anything else? I guess I'll do just one more. It's not even a Memecoin. It is BREW Robotics. BREW. So they are currently, let's check out their website. So it's robotics. A robotics coin, they do like payments. You can pay robots, or robots can pay, or something like that. You have to check their story and all other stuff. The robotics play, if you look at their Twitter, you can see that they're active. Robotics. And then they said, here's one of the robots that they have in their lab. So could be good. If you're into buying or playing with robotics tokens. So I was looking for, from this top to this bottom, support. It started coming down, so I was like, where's my supports? And it hit the 618 at 0.001165 and the 76 at 0.0009610. So you can see it's pretty newish coin. They were on, I think, Pump Fund and changed to something else, or the other way around. I don't remember. You'd have to look into it. So from that bottom to this, so from the top to this bottom, gonna have resistances at the 618.786, so right in this area at 0.001746 and 0.001616. And after that, we'll be breaking out to 0.002392, 0.002096. Look at the RSIs. 4 hours are over the 50 line, heading up. 4 hour stock eyes, stock RSI is heading up. No daily. Looking at the 1 hour, overextended on the 1 hour, and on the RSI is coming down also. So maybe a little bit of consolidation, cooling off. 4 hours trying to go back up. So maybe a little bit of cooling off and then go higher. But we can just go from here to here. So if we want to stay on this move, looking at the 1 hour trend, stay on this move and come and protect the 618, 786 at 0.001298 and the 0.76 at 0.001272. So maybe come down, cool off, pump higher. But we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens next week, next Wednesday, when I look at this all again. And I want to do one more thing before I go. And again, this is all not financial advice. This is just information only. And please like and subscribe. I really appreciate it. And I am looking for, I don't think I have it. I don't think I have it. Oh no. Oh no. So let's go to here and go to my history right here. And then let's go ahead and see how POLYWOG is doing. It was cooling off a little bit. And you can, let me do this also. Real quick. Go from here down to where this bounce started right here. And then the 618,786 is right here in this area. And I didn't choose that. 618,786 right in this area right here. So maybe you can see the 0.5 is trying to hold it up. Let me delete this higher one so you can see. So top to bottom, 0.5 is trying to hold it. So 618 is down here at 0.001290 and 0.001103. So maybe here, cool off, and then higher. But I'll show you guys next week. I really appreciate it again. And I'm just going to play this one more time. 492 people. If you check this out, see how high it is when you check it out. But again, not financial advice. I really appreciate you guys showing up and watching, if anybody watches it and stays here listening. There we go.
It is Wednesday, my
Thanks guys for watching. Appreciate it. Have a wonderful day.